Let's talk about the hypocrisy that's louder than King Charles's pen tantrums and slipper scandals. Because once again, the British media has done what they do best: protect the problematic and persecute the powerful woman who dared to marry a prince and have a spine. So, Narinder Kaur, the mighty defender of truth, one of the few voices in the UK media wilderness who actually gets it, has spoken. And honestly, she didn't even need a microphone. Her tweet alone hit harder than any royal press statement ever could. She said, "Sky News turn off any comments about Andrew, but Meghan is fair game." And that, right there, that's the tweet that deserves to be framed, hung up in the Tower of London, and studied as a historical artifact of British hypocrisy. Let's unpack this royal mess, shall we? Sky News, the same network that has no problem dedicating hours of airtime to criticising Meghan's every facial expression, outfit choice, or invisible body language signal, suddenly can't handle a few comments about Prince Andrew. You know, that Prince Andrew, the man who turned royal privilege into a scandalous PR nightmare, the one whose fall from grace wasn't even a stumble, it was a full-on nosedive into disgrace. But when it comes to Meghan, Sky News transforms into a full-blown tabloid circus. Meghan smiles. She's manipulative. Meghan doesn't smile. She's cold. Meghan breathes. Why does she breathe like that? Meanwhile, Andrew. Let's turn off the comments to avoid negativity. Negativity. Darling, we call that accountability. The double standard is so loud, you can hear it echoing through the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace. Let's just imagine the meeting that must have gone down behind closed doors. Right, team, the Meghan video, keep the comments on, let the trolls run wild. Engagement numbers, baby. But the Andrew story? Oh no, no, no. Turn off the comments. We must preserve his dignity. Excuse me, what dignity? You can practically smell the royal PR perfume wafting through the newsroom. That faint scent of protect the men, punish the women, a timeless British tradition. Because here's the truth. Meghan has been fed to the wolves from the moment she entered that family. And every single time she tries to speak, every time she takes a step forward, here comes the British press with a new headline trying to drag her 10 steps back. Sky News, the Daily Mail, the Sun. They've all been dining on Meghan for years. She's their clickbait buffet. They feed their viewers royal gossip, but the main course is always Meghan. They can't help themselves. She's the story that never ends because she represents everything they can't control: intelligence, independence, and a woman who said, "Actually, no, I'm not playing your game." But when it comes to Andrew, suddenly the empathy is endless. Suddenly it's, let's not rush to judgment. He's a troubled man. He's been through enough. Through enough? Please. The only thing Andrew's been through is a scandal so big that Buckingham had to hire extra PR interns just to spin it into something digestible. Let's not forget how fast the royal machine worked to protect him. They stripped him of his public duties only after global outrage. Not out of morality, but out of damage control. And yet, they still treat him with more softness than Meghan ever got on her best day. It's not even subtle anymore. It's blatant. Meghan could be volunteering, helping women, championing causes, and they'll find a way to turn it negative. She looked too happy. She looked too serious. She looked too Meghan. Meanwhile, Andrew could trip over his own scandal again, and the media would say, "Poor Andrew, the misunderstood prince." Narinder Kaur hit the nail right on the head. The UK media doesn't want fairness. They want control. They decide who gets sympathy and who gets slaughtered. And Meghan, she's been their favourite target because she refuses to bow, literally or figuratively. Let's not forget, this is the same media that bullied a pregnant woman every single day, headline after headline, while praising Kate for doing the exact same things. Meghan cradled her baby bump. Attention-seeking. Kate did it. Glowing, maternal goddess. They've been running this double-standard playbook for years, and the British public deserves to see the curtain pulled back. Narinder just did that with one tweet. And what's wild is, it's not just hypocrisy, it's fear. The British media fears Meghan because she's proof that they don't control the narrative anymore. Every time they try to drag her down, she comes back stronger, more global, more respected. They tried to destroy her image, and she built an empire. They tried to silence her, and she got a Netflix deal, a podcast, a global platform. The wolves are still howling, but Meghan's sitting in Malibu, sipping tea, minding her own royal-free business. And the more peaceful and successful she becomes, the more the British media loses its mind. They can't stand that she's not broken. They wanted her crying in the corner. Instead, she's thriving, and that drives them insane. Meanwhile, Sky News can't even allow people to comment under a story about Prince Andrew because... Why? Because they know exactly what the public would say. Because they know no amount of spin could save that reputation. Because they know if they opened the floodgates, those comment sections would drown in outrage. So instead, they take the easy route, protect the scandalous man, attack the outspoken woman. It's 2025, and the royal hypocrisy is still alive and kicking, just wearing better suits. Narinder Kaur didn't just tweet, she exposed the entire media establishment in one line. She said what every thinking person has noticed for years. It's not just bias, it's systemic protection. The monarchy and their media allies will always circle the wagons around the problematic princes, while women, especially women who dare to be independent, are fed to the wolves. And let's be honest, if Meghan had done even 1% of what Andrew's done, they would have declared a national emergency. Sky News would have gone live 24/7. Piers Morgan would have camped outside her house with binoculars. The tabloids would have printed special editions every hour on the hour. But Andrew? Crickets. Comment section disabled. Move along. Nothing to see here. You know what, though? This is why voices like Narinder matter. Because she's calling it out in real time. She's not afraid to say, wait a second, this is nonsense. And that's powerful. Because the British media thrives on pretending this hypocrisy doesn't exist. They gaslight the public into thinking Meghan deserves the hate, while Andrew deserves privacy. The audacity is Olympic level. But the tide is turning. Every time someone like Narinder calls it out, more people start to see it. The illusion cracks, the empire of lies starts to crumble, one tweet at a time. So yes, Sky News, go ahead and turn off those comments. But the silence you're trying to create, it's already too late. The world is watching, and we see exactly what you're doing. Because when you silence the truth about one man but amplify hate about one woman, you've told on yourself, and no matter how polished your headlines are, your bias is showing. So cheers to Narinder Kaur, the woman who said what needed to be said, the defender of Meghan, the slayer of double standards, the breaker of royal illusions. Because in a world where the British media feeds Meghan to the wolves daily, it's nice to see someone finally throw the wolves a mirror. And that reflection, oh, it's not pretty.